Oh, thank God. I beat it.
Uh-oh. Oh. He beat it.
Oh, thank God. That was terrible. That was really, really bad. Alright, I'm gonna deafen and do the thing.
Good
Thank you. I'm gonna deafen and do the thing for the video.
Yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. Yeah. Not a good level, although, like, of course it's not. It's an ozpectro level, so it's going to be terrible. So the reason I did this actually was because this just recently got moved down on NLW from green to cyan, from medium to easy, and that seemed wrong to me. So I picked up the level, and I can't say I disagree with the rating. I think it could go either way. I could see arguments made for green. I could see arguments made for easy. And I don't know why, but I call them beginner, easy, green, yellow, orange, red. Like, I just call them by colors after easy, so bear with me. I could see arguments made either way with the difficulty of this. Because, yes, on the one hand, you have the one terrible choke point wave and a few other somewhat difficult things throughout the level. The other wave being one of them. And then there's a lot of the level that is just genuinely, like, medium to hard demon. At most, you know what I mean? So, like, I get it. But also, that one wave's so fucking hard. Like, attempt count-wise, this took me just shy of what I've been putting up for green tier stuff. Like, let me actually pull up, while I'm talking, let me pull up my hardest extreme so I can actually see my attempt count on some other green stuff I've beaten. Let's see. Excuse me. Eternal took me just shy of 2,000, 1973. Into Petals took me 2,500. MPT, yeah, that was a fluke. That doesn't count. I also think that should be, yeah. Yeah, like, it truly could go sort of either way in my mind. I think easy's not wrong. I went into this thinking I was going to find this really hard, but I don't think easy is an incorrect assessment of the level's difficulty, honestly. To the dismay of all the thumbs down in the NLW server, but I think easy's fine. I think I'd put this very high easy, like really high easy, but I think easy's okay. Medium, also not wrong, but easy works. But then about the level, it's terrible. It's just really bad. I mean, aside from the fact that it is like horribly unbalanced, seemingly intentionally, there's just so much about the level that's just super inconsistent. There are a ton of transitions that don't work right, a ton of blocks you can like accidentally clip into, orbs you have to like hit a certain weird way, like just like weird timing scattered throughout the level. There were a few really, really terrible offenders, the one actually being right before the bad wave in that cube part. If you do the jumps up until... Let me just get a copy of the level and show you, because I'm going to try to describe it, and it's not going to be worth it. Let me just point it out, because it's just going to save so much headache to do that. Right, here it is. So if you do these jumps, right, you do the blue orb, then you have this jump, this jump. Depending on how you've done everything up until this point, yeah, you jump off of this and then do this jump, right? Depending on how you've done everything up until this point, it seemed like pretty much 50-50 I was dying to this spike. And there was no good way to set it up. Like, an early timing here seemed to work, and then sometimes I'd do an early timing and die to it. If I do a really late timing, I almost always die to it, so I had to do, like, this weird middle timing. But even then, that didn't always work, because it really depended on, like, where I was jumping from here, because it's just, like, so terribly set up. Right? There's stuff like that throughout the whole level. I died in this transition, actually, once, because I came down high as the wave, hit the upside-down portal, and died to the slope on top, the slope above this portal. That was fun. And then other deaths past the wave. So first time passing the wave, I died to like one of these spikes because it was a stupid death. Like, it wasn't like the level being unfair. It was just a dumb death. The other death was to this spike, because to get this blue orb to be anything but a timing, to get it to be any sort of consistent, you have to like barely graze past this spike, hit this, and then buffer. And if you don't do all the buffers, you can die to this saw off of these jump pads. So you really have to just like kind of hope it all works out from this click, and then just send a bunch of buffers and hope it works. Because if you go too early, you cannot be in range of this at all. You can just like fall too fast to get that, right? Fall too early to get that. So you do have to go like kind of late, right? But I don't know. So this click I really didn't like. So I died here, and that was annoying. I didn't die past that, luckily. Yeah. So I passed the wave. technically 3 times, basically 4, because the one pass was a death here. Right? Like, I don't know if I'm going to count that as... I think I'm going to count that as a wave pass, because in a well-made level, it would have been. Yeah, it was just kind of annoying. And like I say, there are just a bunch of things throughout the level that are really inconsistent. This wave is not free. I died here a lot, actually. This ship's kind of annoying. This orb is the trickiest one, because you have to either hit it low or late, but not both too much. Because this here basically acts like this, which is just, like, obviously so clearly not how you would actually make gameplay like this if you were not doing the dual gimmick. Oh, this transition in here, oh my god, I'm glad I got a copy of the level. This transition, this like do-it-yourself transition is awful, because you have to come out of this, go up, and then fall into this, because if you don't fall, you die. I don't know why, but if you're upside down here, you just like die inexplicably. So you have to be right side up here and upside down up here, right? So you have to like swing up and then fall through this so that you separate, right? If you hold in, you'll die, and if both of them go to one side, obviously you'll die. The problem is, the transition into this, if you come in at, like, I don't know if you can see my cursor, so I'm going to do this to be safe. If you come in at, like, down here, you like, clip into the slope as the ship and get, like, sent straight up. If you come in here, it's nice and clean, right, through the middle. If you come in too high, you turn into a ship and get pushed down a bunch by the top slope. So this transition was just really annoying, because then you have to do this, like, super awkward setup to get into here without dying. It's just, like, not good. It's just not good. You know what I mean? It's just, like, so much about the level is just, like, clearly not made with the intention of being fun. It was made with the intention of being hack verified. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it was, right? It was not made to be a fun level, so it's not a fun level, right? This was annoying. I actually took an intentional corner clip here. If you hit this too early, like frame 1 early, you clip this corner of the block. If you hit it kind of in the middle-ish, you don't, and then you can jump, hit the pad, hit the orb, hit the orb. If you hit it late enough, you consistently clip here, so then you jump from here, land on these, and then just hit this orb. So I actually, because this was so inconsistent and random, I actually intentionally took the late timing and the corner clip. It's just like, fucking, what a level. What a fucking level. Yeah. It's not the worst thing I've ever played. Like, it's whatever. Part of the reason I could put up with this so well is because it felt truly like a slot machine. Like, it didn't feel like anything I did was making any impact on like when the level was completed. You know what I mean? Like, none of the deaths that I had in this felt like skill, really, ever, except for maybe like the slow wave. like genuinely, like, it just feels like a slot machine. So it's just a matter of, like, did you get lucky with it? And I got kind of lucky, kind of not lucky. Like I say, I basically passed the wave four times. You know, ideally it would have been 1, maybe 2. But I had a stupid death, a not stupid death, and an incredibly stupid death. Or incredibly not stupid death, because it was a bug. It was stupid that the bug was there, but I was not stupid in dying there. It's just poorly made. Whatever. But yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. It's probably easy tier. It could be medium. I wouldn't disagree with either. I wouldn't recommend this, but like I say, I've had far worse experiences. My mindset going into this made this bearable, because if I was expecting this to be fun and then it wasn't, it would have been awful. But because I was expecting this to be horse shit, when it turned out to be horse shit, I was expecting it fully, so then I wasn't like upset or angry. I was just like, yeah, I knew I was getting myself into this. You know what I mean? Like, alright, well, here we go. Yeah, whatever. Wouldn't recommend, but there you go. I beat Fexty. That's interesting, I guess. I'm gonna cut the recording here now. Bye.